TGIT. It's Tuesday. Yeah, I did it right. Yay! It's been a long day. Hey, everybody. I'm Suzanne Runyon. Welcome to HSN Gets Crafty with yours truly, Suzanne Runyon. How are you? Have you had a good day? I hope so. I've had a very busy day. I've actually had a busy couple of days, to be honest with you. I got in very much, not only because of the thing we're going to present tonight, but I just got in this real creative mode yesterday because I didn't have usually I have a lot of stuff planned during the day. I go play tennis and I do a bunch of errands, and yesterday I didn't schedule any of that. So it's just was strange for me because usually I'm pretty booked just to have a whole day to chill. So I just totally got super involved in not only the project we're going to do tonight, but also in just being creative. And I'm going to show you what I did because I'm rather proud of it. So I got to show it off. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. Here's what it is. If you're brand new, you might have seen me on the air an hour ago, and I said, hey, come join me on Facebook. This is a show all about creativity, and what I love about it most is that, number one, you guys are super interactive with me. I'll be reading your comments and shout outs, and if you guys want to add ideas, we're just a really neat community, and we take the time to go through kits. Either kits, now in Technique Tuesdays, I pick the kits. So I picked a kit that I'd never played with before because I really wanted to dive deep into it, and I really discovered some cool things about it that I'll share with you. Then when we have guests, it's really neat because we have guests from all over the world who join us, and then we look at products basically that never really make it on the air. They're brand new, and we launch a lot of stuff in this show. The thing that's neatest about it is we don't go as fast. We actually take the time to learn techniques, to teach stuff, to help you out, to show you different ideas, hopefully to get you inspired. And like I said, you guys are a huge, huge part of it. DeWitt is now bringing my printer or my iPad to me. There's DeWitt. In zebra today. We do love the zebra. Anytime there's an animal print, you gotta love it. Anyway, so what we do is I'll do some shout outs because I like to get everybody on board before I dive in. It takes a couple minutes to do that. Then we'll be featuring a project today. I was supposed to upload more, and I screwed up this week. I will actually admit it. I meant to upload more of your ideas, but we'll talk about Facebook, our group, and we'll just jump into it. And so welcome. If you're brand new, please put first timer. DeWitt's going to help me out to make sure I shout out all of those. Once I get into my project, it's a little hard for me to see comments, so he's going to kind of watch it. Jessica's our social media gal, and she is on here too, and she's real helpful answering questions. And also I love it because you guys help answer questions too. Sometimes you know a lot more than I do. Ooh, one thing I need to add. I'm sure we have a bunch of stuff on clearance in the craft area. Right now we have a clearance frenzy going on, and you get an additional 25% off clearance items. Now that's all of our clearance, and we always have a lot of clearance stuff on crafts. So for those of you who love it when we do that, take the price that it is, it's going to be on sale, and it'll be another 25% off. So go to hsn.com and shop like crazy. Here's the reason. It ends tonight at midnight. This big clearance frenzy is going to be over at midnight tonight, so take advantage of it. All right, let's start with shout out. See who's up first. I always love to see who's fastest, who gets on here first, right? So first and foremost, we're going to say hello to Debbie, joining us from Nashville. Love Nashville. Went there for my 35th wedding anniversary. Diana's joining us from Maryland. Monique is joining us from Columbia, Maryland. We have Jojo says hello. Leanne from Minnesota. Hello. Cindy says hello from Central California.
First timer.
Is Jojo a first timer too? Mm-hmm. I love it. Well, welcome. Fabulous. Patty says hi from, how can I not say that? It's Iowa. Iowa. It's like, okay, I'm messing it up, but okay, I gotta move on. Iowa. I'm just glad you're here. It's all that really matters. Okay, sorry. Wait, I lost everything. Well, where'd everybody go? All right, hopefully that'll go away. All right, there we go. Jojo's from Brooklyn, New York, and a first timer. Well, hi, Jojo, welcome. Janet, hi, Suzanne and Crafting Cuties from your long timer in Marietta, Georgia. I love that. Hi, Janet. Linda's here from Michigan. Carletta, hi, Carletta. She says hi, DeWitt. Carletta, I don't get a hi. You don't get a little wave or something. Debbie says hi, DeWitt.
They like the zebra.
Oh, they love the zebra. Agnes loves the zebra. Danita says, Danita's here from Houston, Texas, cleaning and reorganizing her craft room. It's like Christmas, find stuff I had forgotten. That is so true. I did that the other day. I was pulling through some stuff and I started digging. I had a box and there was a bunch of dies in there and I didn't even know what was in there because I never look at it. And I thought I had them all organized right. I was like, oh, Look at these cool dies I have. I didn't even know I had them. Linda from Folsom, California. Oh, remember that. Folsom Prison. Do we decide if Folsom? Oh, it is. Folsom Prison, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Connie's joining us from Shillington, Pennsylvania. Hello, Connie. Bridget from St. Louis. Can't wait to see what you made. Oh, I got some fun stuff tonight. This was a very interesting couple days working with this kit we're going to talk about. All right, Linda's from Kansas. Kim, first timer. Hi, Kimmer. Sharon's first timer too. I love that. Hi. Brenda Kay's back. Hi, Brenda. Kenneth's joining us from Cleveland. Well, hello, Kenneth. Coletta, hello from Kansas. Excited for tonight's show. Welcome back, Coletta. We have Kathy. Howdy, Crafting Cuties from Grand Prairie, Texas. Love these Tuesday nights. Been following Suzanne since her early craft days at QVC. You guys go way back. Remember when I was pregnant with Ethan? That was 25 years ago. Oh my God. So hi, Kathy. Wow, we go way, way back. In fact, I'm very proud to say this. When I was at QVC, our sister network, that's where I started in this crazy business. And I was the very first person ever to present crafts on the air, and it was scrapbooking, and Lisa Burnson was my guest. So if you go that far back in the crafting world, you'll know who Lisa is because she was a rock star. She's doing great. She's fine. She just was able to sell her crafting, or it was keepsake. Creative Keepsakes? Someone's gonna have to help me on that one. You'll probably remember the name of the magazine. Anyway, she really brought and was one of the very important people responsible for bringing scrapbooking to where it was. It sort of died off a little bit now, but to its when it was crazed before card making, she was really responsible for it. But anyway, we were the very first people to ever do crafts on retail TV, so I was very proud of that, or I was. Anyway, hello, Adam says hello. Hi, Adam, how are you? Let's see, Lorraine is here, first timer. Hi, Lorraine. Susan, first timer from Connecticut. Look at all you first timers. We have Jessica from Southern Illinois. Adam, love your top. Oh, thank you. I don't know where it's from. It's from my own personal collection. Carol from Cleveland, Ohio. Carletta, she says, hi, Jessica, they're chatting. Wendy, hello from Pennsylvania. Hello, PA'er. Let's see. Jeanette says, first timer from Florida. Hello. Coletta says, hello to all the first timers. That's so sweet. Carletta says, hi, Suzanne. Hello. Donna says, hello from Missouri. Margaret, hello from Baltimore. Kimberly, hi, everyone from Walla Walla, Washington. I remember her because it's Walla Walla, Washington. Creating Keepsakes, thank you. Thanks, guys. Jennifer, you go way back with me. I love that. I look forward to this every week. Thanks, Kimberly. Georgiana says, hi, Suzanne from Clearwater, Florida. Love these lives. Hi, you're a neighbor. So glad to have you. Debbie, so excited to watch for the first time from Mississippi. Hi, Debbie. I'm added, so excited for tonight. I'm glad you are. Jessica, hi, Carl. Oh, they're talking. Carmen is a first timer. Gosh, we have a lot of new people tonight. Janie, I hope I'm saying it right. Tuning in from Kentucky, had a hard time finding the live stream, went to the Facebook group, and it never started. Oh, well, hopefully it started now.
We're watching it, so yes.
Yeah, I think we're started. Hey, I want to mention, if you're watching live on YouTube, this is a recent discovery as of 10 minutes ago. I apologize. I cannot see your comments if you're commenting on YouTube. We realize there's several hundred people watching it on YouTube. So I want to say hi to all the Facebook folks. And I need to say hi to all the YouTube people, but unfortunately, if I don't comment, the only way I can see your comments here is if you go over to HSN's Facebook page and you click through that way. So I'm sorry if you're commenting on YouTuber. I love you. If you're a first timer, welcome. If you have good comments, I'm going to go look at them now because I didn't really realize we were being seen on YouTube. So welcome everybody at YouTube. All right, Lisa says, oh, they're loving each other. Brenda's giving me a hi. Hello. Jennifer, Creating Keepsakes. I watched you and Lisa on QVC. Oh my God, that is so cool because that really goes back a lot of years. Kathy, I have the Lisa Burnson thing y'all sold back then when it was Creating Keepsake magazine. See, there we go. Tess says, I still have a scrapbook kit that had a little pink drawer set with papers and toppers that I bought from you 25 years ago. Okay, so here's what I test. Would you please take a picture of it and post it on our HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne Facebook group? I have got to see that. So please take a picture. We'll talk about the group and how we want everybody to join it. I'll do that in a minute, but please post. I would love to see that kit. That'd be so cool. Agnes, I sold my SIL about this great group. She's new to crafting. I told my sister-in-law, we're gonna go with sister-in-law. Sister-in-law, oh, thank you. Well, welcome. Hopefully your sister-in-law is watching. Sue, a little late, but I'm here. Hello from South Carolina. All right, good. All right, so, oh, wow, that's pretty unusual. I get caught up. All right, so we're gonna, we're going to jump in. So I did my hello, I did my shout outs. Now let's talk about the Facebook group. Okay, so if, again, you are brand new, one way that is now exists, this show's going on to its 3rd year. And we now have extended the fun through HSN Gets Crafty with me, and it's a brand new Facebook group. And we launched it almost 2 months ago, and I'm proud to say we're at almost 6,300 plus members in a very short amount of time. So please join us there because you can see all the projects we're working on. And what I love most is what you guys can post. So what was it? A test. So what you do is join the group, ask to be joined, and we're really good about it. It happens quick. And then take a picture of that kit, and then you post it for me. And I would love to see it if you get time. For all the rest of you, we love seeing what you're doing. You know, like how cool that is. Okay, I swear, I thought I did not send that one to you, and I thought how cute she created a pop-up.
It is very cute.
I did comment on it though. But what happens is we're seeing your creative ideas, and I'll tell you what's really cool. Everybody is so helpful. We've had people ask questions, and then there'll be 10 replies on how to solve a problem that they're discovering. So thank you guys for your participation and your help. It's just really a neat community. And tonight we are featuring Miss Joy. Miss Joy is a very active poster, and I always love her work. She's very, very creative, and this is called the Flower Tote, and I thought it was adorable. She said, "You're the best gift bag stamp and die set and diamond pressed gems, Kingston Crafts solid paper." Isn't that cute? And the reason that I wanted to show Joy's work was because it relates to our theme for today. So we'll get back to that. So Joy, thank you for all your posting. Now, as I said, over the last 2 days or so, not including today, I have been wildly in this wild creative thing. And I finally got to play with what I've got, don't show it yet, my Academy of Color from Crafter's Companion. Now, unfortunately, it is not in stock, but because it's a recent thing that I did last night, I took there's classes you take. And this is from Crafter's Companion, and it's all about learning to blend with markers. And I thought I was a decent blender until I took the class, and it was worth every single penny to get the Academy of Color, okay? And last night's class yesterday's was 3 hours long. I stayed in for the whole thing, and I would just want to proudly show off, like a kid at school, my finished projects from the class. So this is learning to blend and learning to highlight and make things look three-dimensional. Thank you. And here's my little finished projects last night. I did fussy cut them out, but I just wanted to show you. And so if you guys have Spectrum Noir markers, the alcohol markers, the key to them is to really be able to learn how to blend and shadow and do all this stuff. And boy, I'll tell you, that first class was just amazing. It's called Academy of Color. Now here's what's interesting. I am not on auto ship for that, and I was able to find the first 2 classes basically, I think, for free. So look up, if you go online, it's Crafter's Companion Academy of Color. So if you do have, and you could have other alcohol markers, I would prefer Spectrum Noir, but if you don't, it's okay. But maybe you don't know how to do this kind of thing yet, you haven't gotten there. I am telling you, just that first 3 hours is phenomenal. And then the second, what looks like free 3 hours, is using Spectrum Noir watercolor markers. So I'm gonna be doing that afterwards. So again, if you've ever wanted to learn blending, highlighting, making things really pop and look dimensional, it's Crafter's Companion Academy of Color. And from what I can tell, because I'm not on auto ship, I got the first 2 classes for free. And you might not have these images because you had to get the kit, but it's okay, you'll learn the techniques. That's really what's kind of crucial to it. So anyway, there's a little shout out for Crafter's Companion. I hope you guys will check it out because it's pretty amazing. So we are done with that. Linda says, I have a scrapbook kit from you and Anna Griffin when on QVC. Linda, that goes way back too. That's how long I've known Anna. So again, Linda, if you don't mind, please post these old things. It would be so cool to see them. I love it. Lucy's from Palm Harbor. Terry says, all crafts are 25% off on HSN. All of them? Thanks. See, I knew. See, you guys know a lot more than I do, actually. That's fantastic. Well, great. Well, then the clearance is not only, if there's something that's on clearance, no matter where it is, today it's an additional 25% off that. So hopefully, here's what you'll get. I don't know if it's going to work. Hopefully, it'll be craft clearance with the first 25% off and then another 25% off on top of that. There you go. It's kind of cool, right? Okay, got that. Oh, Joy says, oh, Suzanne, thank you so much for the shout out. You got it. Coletta, love that, Joy. Marianne says, hello from chilly New York. It's chilly down here, believe it or not. Agnes, great job. Carletta said, they're beautiful, Suzanne. Thanks, guys. Wendy says, look great. Sue says, beautiful. Carol, hi, Joy, such a great talent. She really is. Coletta, great job, Suzanne. The AOC is awesome. The teaching by Leanne is fantastic. Oh, Academy of Craft. Yeah, you know, Coletta, since you've obviously done it too, I don't know if you're on auto ship. That's long gone. But I'm telling you, it's worth even watching, even if you don't have Spectrum, or even if you don't have the exact images we worked on, just learning the technique. I mean, I've never been able to do anything like this at all. Like, I tried and couldn't figure it out. But now that I have watched that Academy of Color, it's just changed everything. Glenda, hi Glenda. She's a first timer. Hello Glenda. Wow, we love it. Okay, so now we've done that. How do you get it? Yeah, Agnes, unfortunately, the Academy of Color online, the kit we had is sold out. If you just want to learn the techniques, just go and Google Crafter's Companion Academy of Color. And it took me to, I didn't have to sign up for anything. It just took me to their home page. And then I scrolled down and it said lessons, and I clicked it, and you get lesson 1 and you get lesson 2 there. I can't get any more lessons because I also am not on auto ship, but the first 2 lessons are worth its weight in gold, and basically it's for free now, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's keep moving on. Have I covered everything?
You want to tell me that in 2 weeks?
Yes, thank you, DeWitt. Okay, this is so exciting, and you all have to be here. Mark your calendar right now, because it's going to be a different time, and I'm sorry about that, but stay up and mark your calendar. Our little show here, we're taking over the TV network. So we're not only going to be here, you and me, we're going to be broadcast at the same time on the entire network, which, like, right? I'm nervous I was going to say nervous as hell. I really am nervous. I'm very nervous because this is a very different format than me being there. And I told him, I said, oh, wait, we have to do it exactly like we do it on Tuesdays. I said, don't make it real fancy and crazy with 10,000 cameras. They said, okay. And I'm like, all right, we're going to do it. So listen to this. May 2nd. Now, don't be mad, but please join me because I'm going to do all the shout outs and everything. It's at 11 p.m. East Coast time, May 2nd. To put this show on the air, they couldn't use like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, trust me. But they're giving us 11 o'clock, and it's going to be all of us, and we go live on HSN TV. Isn't that awesome? Yay! Big applause. Oh. So, and oh my gosh, we have brand new products. We actually are going to up it to 4 different guests, and they're going to do, but we're not going to make it crowded. Like, it's not going to, I told them, I said, no, you can't jam things out every 6 minutes. It's got to be basically the same. So it's really cool, and I'm really excited. So everybody, please note. Please, please, please write that. Brenda said, that's awesome news. Joy said, wow, that sounds amazing. Celeste said, wow, thanks, Celeste. Carletta said, that's awesome. Yeah, so May 2nd, 11 p.m. And please join us because you guys are so awesome to be here every week. And trust me, I'd love to do a shout out that you're here and on the big network,
Joy
right?
says pajama party May 2nd. Yeah. Absolutely. Crafty Cuties Pajama Party, May 2nd.
Yes, Crafty Cuties Pajama Party. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. And we're going to do my shout outs and we're going to show some Facebook Live stuff. So anyway, Paris said, wow, that's great. Debbie said, love that so much. Yeah, it's a biggie, guys. That's pretty crazy that they want us to take over. So we're going to do it. All right, so now, this next thing we're going to talk about, because we're all good, right? Did I cover everything?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, now we're going to do the kit. All right, this was a very interesting lesson for me over the last couple of days. So I picked this kit because it's spring. It's called Spring and Bloom. And I'm going to show you the kit that I picked. This is the kit I picked. We're going to do the overhead if you don't mind. Thank you. So here's the kit I picked. And I looked at it and I said, all right, I've never played with this kit, but I thought, oh my God, love these. The one thing I wanted to make sure was how big were the vases because I didn't want teeny things, right? And so when I really looked at it and examined it up close, I was like, oh good, they're a good size. And you're gonna see them all in just a second. So these aren't little teeny vases, they're really nice and big. But I love this, right? And so I literally bought this. Normally it's stuff they send me, but I bought this one because I thought, wow, I'd love to do these things. And what all can you do with this? So then I got it at home and you get all these stamps, right? There's a gazillion of them and you get a gazillion of the dies. So the challenge for me with this kit was when I opened it up, I was really overwhelmed. And I consider myself a pretty decent crafter, right? And I was just like, and I was actually a little mad because I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Oh, Lordy. And it was just all these pieces and parts and everything. And I was like, well, what matches what? Because here's why. And I don't want you to stick with me because you're going to love the kit. Okay. So just trust me on the process here. So I'm going to pull this up a little higher. First thing you have to know about the kit, and I'm just being really honest because that's what I do with you guys, is this sheet does not match this sheet. So the stamps are not in the exact same places as the dies. So you've got to figure out which of these dies work with which of these stamps on your own. And I thought, well, how are you going to keep that straight? So what I did is I did something, a huge favor, because I want you to get this kit, because when you see the finished stuff, I know you're going to flip and you're going to love it. What I did was I took every single image for you and I placed them where the stamp's going to be on here. Now, after the show, Jessica, I sent her a picture. It's not the greatest picture, but you'll be able to see it. She's going to post the picture I sent her, and it should be downloadable. So when you get this at home, you're going to pull up the picture, and I'll explain these parts in just a second. You're going to pull that picture up, and you're going to look at where the die is, and I'm going to tell you what stamp goes on the die. So see, that's the die for this stamp, and there's the die spot in the back, right? And here's the stamp. So you'll want to, if you're going to get this kit, and I highly recommend you do, I think you're going to have so much fun with the kit. I have taken a ton of the work out for you because trying to figure out what these are, I found really difficult. And I even went online to find a video, couldn't find anything. So I did all this for you. So when you see this, you're going to use this as your reference guide, and you're going to know exactly where these guys are going to go. Now, you'll see some that are empty, or this purple one here. If they're empty, mainly that means there's no matching stamp to it. So when you see an empty hole here, 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 and basically here, that means that it's a vase and that there's no stamp to go with it, okay? So that's why you see empty holes. Now, you're gonna see some of these little guys, like this one, this one, this one. There's a couple of them in here, right? And what happened is they're really, really small flowers. I will get to that in just a moment. But just remember, I hope you guys are following with me on this, right? And they're much larger than you'd imagine. That was, Coletta said that. Love your energy. Thank you, Sharon. I do get excited about this. Agnes, that's fabulous. Thanks so much, Suzanne. Yeah, you guys might already have bought this kit before, right? Because it has been on the air. But I think for many of you, I bet you, some of you have never opened it up, or you did and you put it back away because you were just like, oh my God, what do we do, right? So here it is. This will be posted. If you're going to buy this kit, I want you to print out or grab the picture that Jessica's going to post afterwards on our Facebook group, and make sure you have this, because now you can reference where does this go versus where the die is, okay? Now, once I was done with this, what I did was, you will find that there's a lot of different pieces, and pretty soon I'm going to show you how I organized those, because again, I thought it was daunting. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a ton, and there's so many cool little flowers, and I was like, how am I going to keep it all straight? So I will show you my organizing process, but this is a really big deal before I get into it. Now, do you want this? Yes, you will. And I'm going to prove it by the time we're done with our little show. It's 763651. It's $23.96 with 3 flex pays of $7.99. It's 117 pieces, guys. So, and it's funny because when I went to look up the kit, Sarah had done little baby versions, but never had she put a big kit like this together all on flowers and vases and stuff. So I loved it for that. It's 117 pieces. I mean, it's a massive kit. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the projects, and then DeWitt just remind me to talk about how I organized them. Because I wanted to make sure I could continue to use this without being frustrated and not being able to find the bits and pieces, okay? So I had to organize them all with their matching die, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, but first, let's get playing with it. So the first thing I'm going to show you, actually, I'm going to go, and this is how I do it. If you've ever seen the show, I start out kind of basic, and then I kind of have more fun and more fun. So this is very basic. I'm going to show you just a card that I'm working on here, and basically what I'm doing, this is just a really quick little technique as well. Where is my tape? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is this little technique. Basically, you put a little bit of tape on one side, and a little bit of tape on the other side. And then I'm going to take this little strip that you see, and I'm just going to put a little bit of it peeking out of the side. So when I flip it over, see how you just see a little bit of it? It's kind of a really cool little technique, and it gives you more dimensionality if you just used it plain, right? So I got another piece that I'm going to stick on the other side. And again, I'm just placing it a little bit outside. See how I did on that one? Pretty good. Okay, see what happens? And I didn't want to use a whole piece of paper. I just want to make sure and do an outline, so I just used 2 little strips. In fact, it was a little piece of strip off of a 12 by 12, the top part of a 12 by 12 thing. All right, then I'm going to go ahead, tape this sucker down. And again, I'm starting pretty basic. This is your standard card size that I'm working on, so when you see the vase and everything, you'll understand. Now, this one is so cute. So this is one of the bosses, and I'm going to make this completely flat, and then we'll get into dimensionality. So if you're a beginner, isn't that adorable? So I stamped and then used the die and cut it out, and I used my marquee machine. My marquee, which is from Diamond Press, it actually works on all of the dies that come with this kit. So if you don't have a big electronic machine, oh, I do need to leave that open a little bit. That's fine. It absolutely worked on the marquee. Now, what you'll find as you start digging into is you find so many cool things to work with. Like, I just had a ball. And again, I'm not doing any dimension to this just because I want to really start slow and basic for those of you who might be beginners, and I don't want you to be intimidated. So again, I'm going to put this little piece, I'm going to tuck it up in here, and then I'd use probably a heavy-duty glue dot on this, but just for our purposes. A little raffia, and voila. Okay, so that is, ta-da, the first card. You liking it? Again, stick with me. I gotta tell you what we're gonna do. So Marilyn says, I do that with a lot of kits. I freak out, that is. But then I go to a screenshot and I take when they are presented, and that helps. Oh, that's a great idea, actually. Nancy goes, thanks for dissecting the puzzle. Honestly, Nancy, 100%, it was like a puzzle, and I really, Coletta says, oh, those stamps are larger than envisioned. So you can see, yeah, the stamps are not teeny little stamps. Those kind of make me a little crazed. So there it is. I'm going to put a sentiment down here. Card 1 is done. All right, now, let me show you how I organized it, because you've seen just the beginning, but I promise it's worth sticking around to see all the fun stuff you can do with it. So courtesy of another kit I had that I decided I was going to take apart. The one thing I discovered about this kit, there's a lot of like stems and stuff, right? So once I figured out what stamp, let's see, with your handy dandy chart you're going to be able to download and print out. Once I figured out what stamp I was going to use and knew what die went with them, then I wanted to organize them together. But what I realized is if you put a whole bunch of these stems and throw it into one, you're going to get confused. So I kind of grouped everything so there would be only maybe one leaf and very distinct flowers and one stem in each group. So you can see in this group there's 3 leaves, but I can see them. And I can also match the dies really easily. Another leaf, then there's 3 flowers, you can see. And in the back, I put all the dies that go back to it in just this package. Now what's really cool is by setting it up this way, I can quickly, because it's 117 pieces, I can quickly see what image I want to work with. For example, this one, again, you can see only one stem here. And again, everything looks a little bit different, so it's easy for me to identify, and there are the dies. So that's all I did. I just took it and I kind of separated everything out so it made sense to me. Let me show you this one. These are the vases, which are so much fun. But again, I put a few extra images because, again, they all now stand out. Because a kit like this, it is overwhelming when you first open it up because you're like, what the heck? Now, here's the key to this. You get to these little flowers, and there's a whole bunch of them in here, right? Now, unfortunately, on my guide, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't figure it out because there's all these little dies. See all these little guys right here? And I mean, I don't know, if you spent weeks, you could probably figure it out, but I'll be honest with you, it was really, really hard. So what I did is when I got to these, I just fussy cutted them. I love them, you'll see me use them, and it's okay. The fussy cut even went really fast. Like here's fussy cutting, if you don't know. You take usually a little pair of scissors and you'll stamp the image and then you'll go around and cut it out, so you're being fussy about it. I will tell you, it was very quick to cut these out, unlike some other fussy cuts. So just FYI, that's what I did with the teeniest flowers. So when you don't see the little flowers here, it's because, quite frankly, I could not figure out which of these went to all of these, you know, and I'm okay with that because I'm still going to use the stamps, and I could still use the stamps even if I didn't fussy cut them. And then they also have sayings on here that are included, so I just put it there. I am just giving you the reality so you guys will be really happy with how it works. Let's see. Nancy said, great first step, don't be scarred. Nancy, that's so good. Joan said, good idea. Okay, so I just want to show you how I kind of laid it all out, okay? And now this kit, which I totally adore, is manageable. I understand it now, okay? And again, once you follow this, you don't need this anymore. You just work in your organized system, right? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
You're following?
Yep.
Okay, this is my guy. If he's making sense, then I'm good. Okay, so let's keep going. This next one, okay, so now this is just a blank card, and we're gonna get a little fancier on this. A blank card, nothing much going on. Here we go, we're going to. And again, just so you know, your marquee machine, if that's what you have, and let me show you, this is the marquee. It's from Diamond Press. It's one of my favorite machines in the whole wide world. Everything fit through here, and everything worked fine, which was super cool. Every die worked, so it was really a great experience using that. Okay, then, I gotta remember what I did. Oh, wait. Yeah, I got it, okay. So this is from a whole different kit from Crafter's Companion, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, actually I kind of screwed up, sorry. This is exactly how I crafted home too. It's like, oh, I screwed that up. Okay, I'm gonna take this. It's actually a Crafter's Companion today's special that we had that I bought. You guys will probably recognize it. I'm gonna go back here and back along here. Put it back on my card. I did these like a couple days ago. So I'm trying to remember how exactly. Okay, now this is fun. So one of the reasons I wanted this kit is I saw this technique years and years and years ago. And I was like, oh man, I really would like to do this technique, right? And here's what it is. You take vellum. Look how fun this is. So now I've got a translucent vase, right? So you take vellum, and this is a jar. This is the stamp and the die that comes with the jar design, right? And then what I'm going to do is you get all these great a lot of bows. And again, very distinct. So the bows were not an issue. It was just those little teeny weeny flowers that I had an issue with. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this bow on here. I'm gonna place it a little bit farther down. Now, the trick to this, if you've never worked with vellum, is you're gonna put your tape to adhere it behind that bow. Because a lot of times if you use a lot of tape, then you might see through it. Okay, so you're gonna put this here. So now I've got a pop dot out here, so I made that raised, so it's kind of cool. And then, once again, you can tell I really liked these. This is really fun. See, isn't that cool? So you can see the leaf through the transparency of the little glass, right? I'm gonna put this one on next. Now also when you're working with this, if you are brand new to this whole genre of having fun, pop dots are things that raise things up, and I'm a big believer in it. I think it makes your card super, super interesting. So in this case, and we call them pop dots, they have a whole bunch of different names, but what they are, they're dimensional double-sided like foamy pieces, okay, and they're ready to go. So in this case, I'm gonna put this middle one, and I'm gonna pop that up so it gives the card a whole bunch more dimension. So how do we like it, guys? The vellum with the stamps with the glass jar, so it looks like glass. Isn't that fun? I had a good one with that. Nancy says, yes, the marquees will work. Oh, I think Coletta looked up the marquees. Is that the item number? Let's see. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure. Which dies were they? I'm having trouble locating any dies in the product list. I can't find them for you. Can you elaborate a little bit more? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we okay? So you guys, we do have it in stock too. It hasn't sold out, right? Okay. So there we go. There is another cute little idea for you. All right, up next. Now, so again, lots of things you can do with this. In this case, I am going to have to get my wipes out. So here's the card. I had actually made this card base earlier, another day. Remember, it's all in bloom, so I do have some other variations of blooms coming up. But you're like, okay, this was already done. And I'm like, what am I going to do here? Well, what I did was there's these beautiful roses, and I did figure out which die went to the roses, right? So they have these beautiful roses, and I thought, gosh, they need a little something more. So from Sizzix, I grabbed my luster wax. You could grab, Crafter's Companion has it, Anna Griffin has it, like basically tons of people have it. So I love the waxes because they just add a really pretty look to whatever project you're working on. Now in this case, what I did was I used the cutout portion, and now I'm going to put the luster wax, if it's going to go on here for me. Come on, don't be shy. I'm going to put this luster wax, and I'm just doing it along the project. Oh no, that's weird. All right. That's not showing up so great, but I'll tell you, it works on the flowers for sure, because I practiced on that. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna do the luster wax here. And what it adds is just this really cool, in this case, kind of pinkish luster. So when you see it, it all dries down. It's just got this little, isn't that pretty? Isn't that gorgeous? So it's got this really pretty little glow to it. So in this case, again, I attempted to do on there. For some reason, it's not It's really funny, it's not adhering to that paper, but that's okay, it's still gonna look fine. So I'm gonna do this, and I took all my little flowers and add a little luster wax. Again, somewhat basic, right? I'm not doing too fancy on this. Grab another one. But like I said, hang on, there's more to come. All right, got this one. It actually, it's funny, this luster wax, because of the glow of it, it changes the black ink to look more purple, which I thought was really, really interesting, actually. It's a cool, kind of a cool effect. Okay, so now we've done our little luster wax on it. You could use any color you want. I just like the luminosity of this, because then you could still see the design through the wax. So now, and again, this doesn't take long to set. It's actually quite fast. So these are already dry and ready to go. Now in this case, what I'm gonna do, the original idea was I was gonna luster wax this, but again, for some bizarro reason, it's not adhering to this cardstock, and I never thought in a million years that would happen. But hey, we're live. And you know what? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, the idea was I could have inked that up. Actually, I could use ink, just use regular ink. Sure. And I could make that ombre color, whatever you want to do. And then what I was going to do is peel it off. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is really getting screwed up. Hey, Diamond Press, you made some really good washi tape. It's ripping my card.
Is it good washi tape, though?
Yeah, right? Oh, wow, that's really sticking. Okay. Well, maybe I should use my other washi tape. Anyway, you're getting the idea. So supposedly, envision if this was just all inked up, and now it's just that, and this is all white. That's what I was going for. And then I'm going to take my little roses. Wait, let me put this on. I'm determined to finish this project, as you can see. I'm going to do a little background. This is courtesy of Anna Griffin's papers, so I'm going to do that. Again, I'm going kind of fast because I kind of bombed this one. And then I'm going to put my little roses in each corner. So whether you use these dimensionally or you want to pop them up, you can really have, and again, on each corner, I'm going to do one that will indeed be popped up, because like I said, adding dimension is fun. So I'll pop that one. See, again, you're getting the idea, right? So even though I completely trashed that poor little guy, you get the idea. Oh, look, I'm going to cover a lot of it up. That's the crafter's secret. Is you go like, oh, did I tear that? Okay, well, let's see. We'll just spread these roses out a little bit farther. Look, I'm going to save this card. That's hilarious. I'm going to try to, at least. And then I'll pop this one up. Okay, y'all online, how many have you guys had this happen to you? Where you're just like, okay, plan B while you're actually making the card. Okay, there you go. So that's not too bad. All right, so there it is. And what I love about this is this was from a different die set that I had, and I love it that there were some really great big nice roses in there that I could incorporate into the design and then give it that dimensionality. So just a whole different way to look at a card. All right, now the next one, I'm telling you, I really went cuckoo. Like I made so many different finished samples. All right, now this one, this is really fun. This is just a basic white cardstock, right? And I decided these are the little guys that I tackled in one version. I'm gonna show you another version. So see them here? And I decided, okay, I'm just gonna randomly stamp them. And I think this is a great example of how beautiful the stamp quality is too. You can really see, like look at that little teeny petite line. Am I too close? These little teeny fine lines, they just stamped out beautifully, very clear, very clean, very distinct. And that's what we want in good stamps. So I just stamped them down there and I said, okay, next step. So then what I did was I went in, and that again, that's just using the stamps. And here's a little fun technique that a lot of people don't think of when they're creating. I decided to cut this on an angle, and you'll see why in just a second. Then the piece that I cut off the angle, I'm going to use right beside it. So it's going to create this really cool, let's see which way, I think I designed it to go this way. It's going to really, there, that's the way I did it. I did it this way because I wanted to use and create almost like negative space, which is, it's funny when you think about how just darn simple this idea is. So the leftover piece I had from cutting it off of the original piece, I'm going to turn it just a little bit more. I'm trying to follow it almost identical. Look what happens, isn't that neat? So you kind of get this cool sort of negative space you're working with, which I think is really fun. But of course, I am not done. So look at this. And I wanted to try just making a black and white card out of this kit to see, would I like the results? Would it work, the way I wanted it to? And I think it's great. So you don't always have to work, because I think sometimes when we see florals, you know, we automatically think, well, you know, I've got to do a whole bunch of color and it's got to be real flower colors. And honestly, you really don't. You can just get this kit and just have a ball with it. So I'm going to put this one, I'm going to go this way with this one, right? And then, of course, I can't do anything without adding a little zhuzh to it. Well, I don't add zhuzh to everything, but I like zhuzh. These will come off. And then what I did with my little sticky black little gems is I'm just going to pop them in the center of the design. These gems are on here good. And just randomly, I'm not going to do them on every single one, but you know, I'm just going to pick a few. And then, there we go, that one came off good. Okay. So isn't that interesting, you guys? You know, we went from, let's see, something like this, which is a little bit more traditional. Like, okay, you know, green leaves, got it. And that's a completely different leaf design. I love the leaf designs in here, by the way. And then just go completely black and white for just something really funky and fun and really, really different. So I think sometimes, like I said, when we see anything in bloom, we think, oh, it's got to be all these, you know, spring colors, and it's got to be spring colors, and it's got to be, you know, greens and pinks and reds and all that. No, you can just have fun and do something different. All right, how much time do I have?
20 minutes.
Oh, I'm doing so good today.
18.
18.
Close enough.
Okay, good. Let's see. I'm going to get a couple of thoughts are in. Danita says she's loved it. Kathy says, love the vellum idea. Thank you. Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to do that for a really long time. Another idea, too, it's really, really cute. It is a little bit small, but that jar is really handy. You could put little chocolate chip cookies if you have like little cookie stamps or gingerbread stamps. Just that jar alone, even if you don't put a single flower out of it, could be so adorable on a whole lot of things. I had a friend of mine do what looked like little lightning bugs coming out of a vellum jar. That was kind of my inspiration for using the vellum, and that was as cute as can be, you know, little lightning bugs. Oh, it was adorable. Marilyn says, these are adorable. Love the idea with the vellum for the vase. Thanks, guys. Myrna says, very nice. Sue says, I love it. Brenda says, like it. Nancy said, great use of vellum. Thank you. Marianne said, so cool. Have to remember that technique. Brenda says, wax on, wax off. Yeah, that was not my most successful one so far. Let's see. Donna said, here from Georgia. Hey, Donna. Coletta, I don't remember what kit had luster wax came in, but I have it too. I just used it on stamped bubbles and it was beautiful. Oh, yeah. The Sizzix, this is called their luster wax. You're right. A bubble with that cool kind of reflection looks like, ooh, that is such a good idea. See, everybody shares great ideas too. That's why I love you all. Julie just did that. Love it. Debbie said plan B happens often. That's so true. Marianne said perfection is overrated. Oh, God bless you all. Agnes says, yes, do that, save a lot. We all do. Nancy says, it happens all the time. I usually get to plan G. That's pretty awesome. You guys are so funny. Kathy, it makes me feel better that you have oopsies too that you can cover up. Yeah, right? We all do. Coletta said very graphic. Oh, the black and white. Yeah, right? Isn't that cool? Because it's very graphic, very different. And again, try to look at these kits that we do, especially like a flower kit, and try to really envision it a different way. That's kind of what I was going for. Sharon said, too cute. Nancy said, how much is the kit? Good question, Nancy. It is, now I got all the luster wax on the back of this. It is $23.96. It's 117 pieces. Like, quite frankly, it's one of the biggest die stamp sets I probably ever sold in my life. It's massive, okay? So it's a really big kit. And your item number is 763651. It's right there on the screen, 763651. One other quick note, usually when we do our Crafting Tuesdays, the kits are very limited. So if you're gonna go for it, go early. Lately, we've had a lot of kits sell out while we're on the air. Okay, now let's get to this next one. This was really fun for me. And again, I sort of went to this black and white space in my head, but I want you to see this. This is the old Cuttlebug Anna Griffin die that I had. And I was like, gosh, I should be able to do something with it. So I took that. Then I actually took a piece of ribbon, which I'm just gonna lay and put down along the edge of it, right? So we're gonna do a little bit here, a little tape here. And if I'm lucky, I'm gonna get that straight. So I'm gonna do here and on this end. And then later on, I'll put more tape on there. I just don't want to run out of time. Nope, you know what? I'm just going to do it right. Tape the whole darn thing. All right, here we go. Because on that rough embossing folder, it's got a lot of raised parts, so Okay, so then you fold it around the edge. All right, so there's our start, right? Then inside here this is a really, really cool, oh shoot, hold on. I just messed up my next project. This is a really cool stamp that I love, and it's a bigger floral. And the neat thing about this is you have lots of different size florals. And I'll show that in depth in a minute of how to work to really make a bouquet. But I love this. And again, this I did now on ivory paper. So I got 3 of those, and I stamped them out, and then I die cut them. Then what I did is I went back, and in black, I just used the die to cut a drop shadow. Now, this is one of the flowers you can really see where to position it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create drop shadows like this that I'm going to place on my card. So if I just place the flowers on here, like here and here, it'd still be, I think, a really pretty card. But when you add the drop shadow, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, like that really pops a lot. And if you really want to get clever, you could drop shadow and raise this a little bit. So, but I'm just going to straight drop shadow on here. So what I'm going to do is you put tape on here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, what's called offset. You're just going to offset your design just like that, right? Just like that, just a little offset, like the sun is coming from here and it's casting a shadow this way. Now, I will do that the exact same way for all 3 of these. So again, I'm matching up this leg to that. And I'll make its little drop shadow. Okay. And then my 3rd one, of course, I did 3. So, but again, I think what's fun about this is really looking at the dies and the stamps very differently. You know, you don't always, and I'll tell you it's fun when you work with drop shadows and you start adding them into these bouquets. It'll be really cool if you're doing a full bouquet. So again, 1, 2, 3, and again, you know, you kind of want the drop shadow to go the same way, but I'm going to turn them a little bit because I don't want it to be, I don't want to look at too matchy. But isn't that interesting? How if you just did just the basic flower, it's okay, but you know, it doesn't really grab you. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop this up. I did a little sentiment, and this comes with the kit. And I just die cut it in an oval. I'm going to pop this up. Now, oops. Now, just because I love adding bling, I'm going to also put some black dots on the flowers on this. So this is wishing you every happiness. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sentiments with the design itself. Oh, wait, what happened to my guy? 2, and then I'm going to put this right here. And again, that's now raised. All right, and that one is done. So, oh wait, nope, sorry, lied. I'm going to get smarter with these dots over here, using these, because they were staying put pretty good. Y'all hanging with me? Everybody got it? DeWitt, am I missing any vital comments?
No, they're enthralled.
Oh, really? Oh, I love you guys. You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, let me get this. No, wait, I still got some more. Wow, don't go away, I promise you. You know I tell you the truth.
They do think the whole black and white theme you've got going on is very elegant.
Why, thank you very much, everybody. All right, so there. Again, you know, here's kind of a, like the one commenter said, really graphic. Very, very different. Same darn kit though, you guys. So I just think this is just when you get these kits and you can do so many things with it, it just is so cool. And you could be a beginner. Remember, that's just flat and boring in my book. It's cute, it's fine. I'll give it as a card for sure. But you can really have fun. But think outside of the box when it comes to color. All right, so that is that one. Now, the next one, you ready? I need, oh, I'll do this one. Okay, I'm gonna do a true bouquet, but I'm gonna start basic and then I'm gonna do the bouquet, okay? And then I've got 2 more things to show you. All right, so here's what I did. This is a splatter background I'd done several weeks ago. These are part of the stems. So when you go and you get your kit nice and organized, and what's cool is I can find the stems really easily. I just took brown paper and I just used the die and I cut out 5 stems. I did not stamp them. You can if you want, but I didn't stamp. I just used brown paper. Now, this is my design, and this is another really cute vase, but this is going to be a basic bouquet, okay, guys? This isn't the most advanced. I'm going to show you the most advanced in just a second. Oh, now I do have to hurry. This is from Cuttlebug. Again, I got a ton of these old ones, and I did the vase. I cut it out. Then I ran it, I die cutted it, then I ran it through the marquee machine, and then I took my sanding block and I sanded the paper, and then I inked around the outside just a little bit. So I wanted to do that with the vase. Oh, come on, get off of there. Okay. So I'm going to put the vase like right about here, because again, I want my stems to look like they're coming out. And again, love the little bow. I'm not going to pop this bow up for time purposes, but there's a little bow that goes on it. Now, here's all these little teeny flowers, okay? And again, please don't get discouraged about the flowers. I used them just as stamps you saw in this project, right? Just flat stamp, no big deal. Here, I fussy cutted them, but it was very quick. I was very happy about how fast the fussy cut came through. So in this case, I'm just going to sprinkle our little flowers on here. Oops. And then stay with me because I will show you a much more advanced bouquet in a second. I always like to invite everybody into the fun, and I don't want anybody to be scared of some of these kits because I think they could be really overwhelming. So you don't have to do, a really fancy schmancy bouquet, you can do something, and people will love it. They'll be just like, oh my God. Now that one I would pop up because it's in the front, so I do want to make that a more dominant feature on my card. So let me grab my little pop dot. See, I want this one now to pop up because I want it to have some movement, right? Let me grab this one. And I'll put this one here. And now I will pop the purple one up. Am I missing any comments? I'm sure I'm missing a lot of comments.
But a lot of people are still off on the embossing thing from last week. They still haven't bought me embossing folders, but now we're encouraging them. I think we're pushing them in the right direction.
Oh, good. Oh, you guys have, you haven't pulled them out, or you haven't bought any?
Yet.
Yeah, no, oh my God, I gotta tell you, yeah, last week we did a whole, if you didn't see it, you can go back on the Facebook group, you can go.
Facebook group, on the website.
On the website, there's lots of ways. If you didn't see the embossing segment last week, go back and watch that. I'll tell you, I just use embossing folders all the time. You saw it on the background here, that's one, which is, different. But then you saw me use it here on this little guy. So it takes, and honestly, that vase is cute, but it's pretty darn plain when it, when you just cut it out. Because that's one of them where you don't have a stamp for it. That's one of the vases. So I had to do something to fix it up. All right, this last one. Okay, here we go. We'll put that little guy like back in there. Okay, so now that's very basic, right? But fun, right? So you can see all the dimensionality. So it looks like a real bouquet, right? So there we go. That's just a cute little card, right? You could probably put more. Now, here's the last one that I'm going to do for you. And then I got two cute little just floral examples of stuff. All right, so here we go. That one we're going to put aside. Now, this next one, here was my inspiration. I thought, you know what? Sorry about my head. I'm going to do this one. I thought, wow. And this is a really good way when you get the kit to say, where do I start? Just start to play. Because once you start playing with it, then all this other stuff happens. You start getting real creative. So I thought, I'm going to make that one. I'm going to try to mimic it. So here we go. This is my card base. Now, I also, after I laid it out last night, because I haven't glued it down, I took a picture of it. Because I really like the layout that I got out of it. So I'm going to find my picture and I'm going to attempt to recreate it. Now, in this case, you really are designing like a flower designer, okay? So I'm going to start with this long vase, which I love, and you can see I just inked it up. Now I'm going to have to go a little faster on this. Okay, and I'm going to put this in the bottom right there. This is what I'm making right here. That was my layout last night, but I had not glued any of it down. Now, here's what's really cool. Remember I said they really thought out the kit so well that they give you different size flowers. And I thought that was so smart because in a bouquet, you're going to use different flowers and different things are going to be sticking out in different places. So I'm going to use these and I'm going to make them my base flowers. And how did I learn the technique? I followed the darn pictures in the front of the design, okay? So then I'm going to put up, let me see, put that over there. I'm going to do this flower. And this one I colored in, just so you know, I colored that one in. And again, if I had more time, I would definitely do a lot of dimensionality with this. I would have a lot of fun. These are these little stamps, and all I did was I fussy cutted them. I really did, and it didn't bug me. I thought, oh man, it's gonna take me forever, and it honestly didn't. It really came together pretty fast. Okay, I'm gonna put that one there. And then we're gonna stick, where am I? Here's, okay, now this is interesting. In this one I stamped with green on the stamp for the leaves, and then I die cutted them. And this one I stamped in black, and then I colored them in green using my markers. So I've got a couple of these. It's like speed arranging. Okay, I'm gonna go to my layers. Okay, I gotta put this leaf on. I'm gonna tuck that in there. To lift that up a little bit because I taped it down. Like this. Got this one. But it ends up being very, very much like how you would do an arrangement with real flowers, which I thought was super cool. Oh wait, I want this one. And I thought it was kind of neat because in the example on the front of the page, you know, some of these they use the black ink and some of these just use regular ink, and it really made it pop very differently. And I thought that was super cool when I noticed it. I was like, okay, that's pretty neat. All right, now I've got my roses I got to get in here. So I've got a rose back here. And that one is going. Actually, at home, just have fun and play with it. And then once you get the layout right, you can, you know, do whatever you want, actually, like this. Sorry, I'm trying to follow my picture from last night. I like how it turned out. This one's gonna go, tuck that up into here. Everybody with me? Still hanging? Okay, good. Okay, good. They're like, we're gonna see you finish this, Suze. All right, now let me see. Now these I really love. These were, oh, they're dried. What are they? Are they lilacs? No, they're not lilacs. Lavender. Yeah. Loved it. So this, I'm going to go ahead and put some of these back elements in. Again, you'll play with this at home, and obviously I'm taping everything down, but so you put the lavender here. I thought the lavender was fantastic. And in this case, I did print it out in black ink, and then I colored it in with my Spectrum Noir markers. So we're going to go behind this guy. And I have one more lavender I want to put in. But when you're doing it, honestly, just think very much like you would be creating a flower arrangement. Or you're getting a flower arrangement and you wonder why it looks so beautiful and bushy and gorgeous and all that. Well, it's because they're doing these techniques. All right, so then I'm going to put this guy back here. And remember, you know, when you see an arrangement, things are higher and lower and back and forward and all that kind of stuff. That's why I would definitely do some pop dots with this and, you know, get some, although it's kind of doing it naturally because of the thickness of the bouquet.
That's
all right.
Not on your little secret there, because we're seeing when you flip that you use scraps.
Oh, I did. Did they catch that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, this was actually a mistake. I had tried to stamp something, and then I was like, oh, darn it. And I looked at it, I'm like, well, I'm not going to waste the paper. I am as practical doing this as anybody could possibly be. So up there, that's pretty funny. You guys have such a good, look at that. You can see it. That's so funny. Oh, shit, 2 minutes. Oh, shoot. Oh, I said a bad word. I'm sorry. I normally don't say that. All right. Now, again, when you get this at home and you're going to do this big bouquet, I just followed the picture, quite frankly, and I kind of add my own variation on it, but fits with it like you would a regular floral bouquet. Ta-da! How cool is that, right? And that was my version of this card right here. So I just followed where they'd placed it. And again, I did a little variation on it. But okay, that's that. And I still have 2 more things to show you. Because it is a bouquet of beauty, this is a little box I've had for years that I made a long time ago. It's really kind of fun. And I've never really done anything with it. But imagine if I took these and then I just placed them inside here coming out. So you could make a 3-dimensional bouquet. And again, you just stick them here or you stick them to the back and you could actually create a really fun little bouquet. Just want to show you that. And finally, coming to my shot, this has nothing to do with this kit, but it had to do with florals. So recently, I don't know if you saw it, but we did what is it called? HSN Quick and Crafty. We did HSN, we had a lot of crafty stuff. HSN Quick and Crafty, and this actually is from Cricut Design Space. And because it's flowers and our theme is spring in bloom, and you might not have seen the video, I just want to wish you guys a happy, beautiful spring. So I'm going to end on that little note, and that's a card I made using Crafter's Companion. Isn't that fun? Have you guys seen this design? It's super, super cool. It was crazy putting it together, but boy, once you figured it out, It was really a neat experience. So I will close that up. Am I on time? I'm doing good?
Oh, you're doing great.
Yay! Okay, so I hope more than anything, I've really inspired you to, if you have this set, open it up and get it out and start playing with it, because I'm not intimidated by it anymore. Once I got in there. Now remember, after the show on our HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne Facebook group, Jessica is going to be posting the photograph I took of this, which you can download and save, and we believe you'll be able to print it out. So when you get it at home and you open this box up and you go, what the heck? All you're going to do is say, all right, this stamp goes to this space on your die. Okay, so you'll know which die now works with which stamp. And then, like I said, please get them organized. I know you guys will come up with much more clever ways, but get them organized so you have the dies with the stamps in their own little individual areas so you can find them. Once you do this little organization thing, you will not be intimidated and you'll go crazy and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use this all the time because it's such a great kit. All right, a couple side notes before I say goodnight to everybody. Where's my side note? That is not it. Here it is. So we actually have some live crafting on HSN TV coming up, and it's courtesy of the lovely and wonderful Anna Griffin. She's going to be on tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Guy and 8 p.m. with Adam. She's doing 2 hours. We're just putting on a little bit of crafting stuff with Anna. So that's 2 p.m. East Coast time and 8 p.m. with Adam. Oh yeah, our next time next week is at 7:30. I have to go a little early because I must be on that night, right? Yep. And then don't forget, please mark it on your calendar. I want all of you to be there. May 2nd, 11 p.m. I know it's late. Yeah, DeWitt wants you to be there too. Do it. Please, 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 yay. Please join us because we're going to take over the network. It's our little show and we're going to take the big network over. And you're going to love it. We have all new items. Everything's brand new. It's never been on the air. And I'll give a little sneak peek. Craig's joining me from Crafter's Companion. Anna Griffin's going to be on with us too. And then I have 2 more guests who are going to be joining me. So we'll feature 4 different companies and we'll still take our time. Not quite as long as tonight, but it's going to be neat. So please, please, please mark May 2nd, 11 p.m. Stick it on your calendar, set your alarm, be there. But next week, we'll be together at 7:30. Have you guys liked the show? Yay, you loved it? Awesome show. Thank you, Suzanne, DeWitt, Jess, and the crew. That's so sweet, Kathy. Sue says, thanks for the idea, Suzanne. Paris says, thank you for doing that. Debbie, great show. Loved it. Agnes, so much fun tonight. Thanks so much. Marilyn, even though I'm not a big floral person, I love seeing how you create your items. Always interesting. Thank you. Debbie, great show. Thank you, Suzanne and crew. And thank you guys, everybody. Julie says, awesome. Coletta says, oh, wow. Craig and Anna, cool. Yeah, it's going to be so cool. But I got to have you guys there. You're the most important thing in this whole, I don't care what guest I bring on. It's you that makes this whole thing work. It makes it really fun. All right, so for now, I got to say goodbye. Please join me on HSN TV. I think I'm back on soon. So night, I love you all. Thanks for joining. Crafting Cuties, see you later. And first timers, thanks for joining us as well. I hope you come back.